Hello everyone, this is Clarix and today we are going to be solving linear equation by first of all we're going to use the method of combining like terms. So what's going to happen here is that since we're going to keep the variables on the left, right, and the coefficients on the right, that means that we're going to transfer this value as a negative value to the other side. So instead of positive, because the opposite of positive is negative, and this value as a negative value to the other side, because here we have positive value, and when we transfer from one side to the other we need to transfer with the opposite value. So when we rewrite this equation, we're going to write the original value that we used to have here, which is 3 over 2m, and the transfer value is going to be negative 7 over 5m. We're going to keep the equal sign, and we are going to write whatever we have on the other side, which was the original value, and then we're going to write 7 over 4, and the transfer value is going to be a negative value of 8 over 5. Now the next step is to find the lower common denominator, which stands for multiplying this value and this value. On the left side, where we have the variables, we have that the lower common denominator is 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. And we have that the lower common denominator on the right side is going to be 4 times 5, which is 20. Okay, so what's going to happen is that we're going to multiply, we're going to make the denominator equal to 10 on the left side. So we need to find a number that is a multiple of 2 that give us 10, and that's going to be 5, because 2 times 5 is going to be 10, and we're going to multiply the same value on top. Then we look into the second portion, which is the denominator is 5, so we need to multiply by 2 in order to get to 10, and therefore we multiply by 2 on top as well. When we go to the right side, we're going to do the same process, but the lower common denominator is 20, and therefore we're going to multiply by a number in order to get 20. In this case, it's going to be 5, 5. And the other value is the opposite, which is 4, because when we multiply 5 times 4, it's going to be 20, and we're going to be consistent, and we're going to multiply by 4. So here we're going to multiply carefully, right, including the variable. So when we multiply, we have a value of 3 times 5, which is 15. We have 15m minus, so we keep on the bottom, 2 times 5, which is 10, and then we go minus, and we cautiously include the sign value. So be careful with the sign, and we also include the variable. So we say negative 7 times 2, which is negative 14m. We include the variable, and we have 5 times 2, which is 10. We have the equal sign, and we have that on the other side we do the same process. We have that this is 35. This is a minus sign, so be careful with the minus sign here, which got erased. That's a minus sign. We can just keep it there and say negative 8 times 4 is going to be negative 32, so the minus sign is already there, so we keep it there. So we know that the lower common denominator on this side is going to be 20 here and 20 here, because 5 times 4 and 4 times 5 is 20. So now what we're going to do is combine this numerator's value by adding or subtracting, right? And so do we do here. We keep the lower common denominator the same on both sides. So when we come here, we say, we look into here, we say that 15 minus 14m is going to give us 1. If you want to write 1m, that's acceptable. And then we know that the lower common denominator is 10, so we keep it the same. We keep our equal sign, please don't forget it. And we say that 35 minus 32 is going to be 3, and the lower common denominator is 20. So the method that I like to use here is using the reciprocal, right? When we use the reciprocal of this value, so we can get m by self, because remember that we're searching for the value of m. And when we get the reciprocal, it sort of means the opposite of this value. So the value of the fraction is, I apologize, that's supposed to be a 10. The opposite of this is 10 over 1. So we're going to multiply the whole equation by 10 over 1, 10 over 1. Okay? So which stands for eliminating this here. And now we have kept m by itself. And we have that 3 times 10 is 30. And 20, we can multiply forward like that. 20 times 1 is going to be 20. We divide by 10. We divide by 10. And we're going to have that this answer is equal to 3 over 2. So this is how your answer should look like. You have to box it. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful.